mic placement there for you up there, sound man gal. Just realize I'm not giving you much of the bottom end of this guitar. But this is a wonderful guitar, and it ought to be fully heard. A few years ago, me and my sweetie were heading to Montana, and on the way we were driving out of Nashville, Tennessee, and driving all the way to Miles City, Montana, across Kansas, across Wyoming, and all that stuff. And we were driving along. The wind had been blowing like crazy. You know, they had nothing out there to block it. Like parts of Texas, you know. And there's some. Matter of fact, I don't know if y'all realize what a unique place you live in. It's there's places in Texas it's flat, so you stand and look west and see the back of your head. I'm not from a flat place, so this is quite an intriguing thing when I get out in a place like this. You know what? I was always amazed you can see an entire train out here. Where I'm from, you never see an entire train. I mean, we got hills and hollers. We get, you know, so you don't ever see an entire train. So when we get out here, like around Amarillo and places like that, you can see a whole train. It's incredible. Another thing I've never understood is the size of these ranches out here.
Oh, yes.
Around La Mesa, Texas, I got friends up there. This fellow's got 96,000 acres. You know, I thought, how big is that? From here to Memphis or what? And you ask them, well, you know, why have you got to have, and they said, well, we have to do it that way because the ground out here is so poor and sandy. We run one cow for 42 acres. Well, where I'm from, you can put a whole bunch of cows on an acre because we got Kentucky bluegrass and stuff, you know. But they said, well, one cow for 40. I got my calculator out and figured it up. You know, a cow's got to graze at 40 miles an hour to stay alive. Anyway, we were heading across all the. Another thing that I've noticed, my friend, his name's Kent Youngblood. I was there ministering to him. Actually, was going through a really depressing time. His dog had left home, and we sat there on the porch and watched that dog leave for 3 days. Amazing. But anyhow, we were headed to to Miles City, Montana. Yeah. And while we were driving along, all of a sudden, we hit Wyoming, and it was like this bugs hitting the windshield. The wind was whipping, and we're driving, and then come out of that right into the bugs, huge Wyoming bugs. Like I don't know, these biggest bugs these bugs would stand flat-footed and kiss a turkey. And you got a big old window in the motorhome, you know, and sure enough, folks, I thought somebody was throwing chickens up. And I've experienced bugs this summer, you know. But we fought the wind and the bugs. And if you ever notice, the bugs never attack you like that unless you're going somewhere. Yes. I mean, you never just see a big swarm of bugs saying, all right, there's a church parking lot. Let's get them. No, they wait till you're trying to go somewhere and then they just pester you all the way, you know, just smacking your window and all that. And of course, we all know the last thing that goes through their mind. It's usually their hind end if you look at the tree. But anyway, we get all the way to Miles City, Montana, and it was the craziest thing happened. We pulled in there at this parking lot, in this big old coach. We roll up in there, you know, barely see through the bugs to find the parking lot. Get out of the car, we shut the engine off and get out of the coach. And as soon as I step outside the coach, you know, we had a bulldog named Sadie, and she followed me out, and my sweetie, and the three of us stepped out on the ground. As soon as we stepped out, about as close to here to that mic stand standing there, that podium, all of a sudden there was a bird jumped up on this post and started singing to us. And it was just sitting there singing. And I thought, wow. And I just stood there kind of still. I said, be still, Sadie. And we just stood there, and for 10 minutes this bird was singing to us. And come to find out, it was a meadowlark, which happens to be the state bird of Montana. And it just warbling, singing this beautiful song. And finally, after a while, I realized, hey, I got things to do here. So I've got to hurry up and get set up here, and I've got to get these buds washed off before they go to seed, And so we got Denise and Sadie went back in the coach, and I went around to the other side of the motorhome, pulled out these big old bays, doors, and slid them out. And as soon as I slid them out, that bird flew up into the air, came all the way around the other side of the coach, and landed about as far from near the edge of the stage there on another post there, just kept singing to me. And folks, it was the craziest thing. It was, we were there for 4 days, and that bird sung to us for 4 days. Wow. About 2 days into this, I just raised the windows, and he was just singing and singing. And it became just unbelievable kind of a thing. And now here's the part you can't tell anybody. About 2 days into this, I started singing back. We actually wound up writing a song together. I can't tell everybody about that, we're already branded weird Christians. It take it to another level or anything. And also another thing I might say, any of y'all ever hear voices? If not, let me know. Maybe I can help you out with that before we go. But anyway, we were there about 3 days, this bird singing, and finally, and I remembered that over in Libby, Montana, there's an Amish community up there that always said, if you're ever in the neighborhood, please come and visit us. And I got out the map and looked at it, and it's about 10 hours, and in Montana, that's neighborhood. So drove on over to Libby, Montana, and got there to this Amish community, and when we pulled in there, up above the road, it was a big sign that said Meadowlark Log Homes. And we pulled in, and for about 3 days, there was a meadowlark sat on the fence beside the coach and sung to us. And so anyway, this is a song that we wrote together. I know some of you drove a long way tonight to hear me tune this guitar. I don't want you to go away disappointed. I'll be tuning it again in a few minutes for the ones that might come in late. Well, I'm gone back to Montana, where the antelope run and the coyotes still roam. I'm gone where the wind is a wild one. It can only be stilled by a meadowlark song. But he sits on the high wire, he stands on the low ground, he prophesies God's heart to the day. This warbling little warrior sings a chorus for us. He has more than just something to say. Rise and praise him. Yes. Winds obey him. River amaze him. As you carry the